couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I held 3 events. One of them was like a little vendor show, and so I got some leads from that. And I haven't gotten a hold of everyone from those leads yet. I brought some of those with me, and I need to get on the phone and do those. And then I held a party that afternoon, and it was really pretty good. I wasn't expecting much, and it ended up being over $300, which is good for considering I wasn't expecting that.
How exciting.
Thank you. And I dated a party from that, and she was supposed to do it in December, but her friends told her no. So we'll reschedule. We already rescheduled for January, so that's good that she already picked a date for that.
Perfect.
And she's going to come to our sales meeting this next Monday, so I'm hoping she'll recruit so we can turn that into a grand opening for her.
Here we go. Yay.
Yeah. And then the next day I held another party, and there was 8 people there, and the sales ended up over, I think it hit almost $700.
Oh, sensational. Awesome.
Yeah, so I had a $1,000 weekend. That's the way to do it.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and so I didn't get any definite dates from there, but there again, I've got people I'm trying to get a hold of so I can hopefully get some into December, because I have nothing. I have nothing for December, but if not, then I'll still have January to get people into. Perfect. So that was my weekend a couple weekends ago.
So tell her a little bit about the things that you did, how you worked smarter that weekend. What were some things that you changed up and were successful with?
Well, you mean like asking those questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, normally I play a name game at my parties, and usually it's not related to anything. It's just so I know the people's name. But this time I asked them to tell me their name and what food is hard for them to keep fresh, and which is harder to keep organized, the cabinets or the refrigerator. So they went around the room. Yeah, so they went, well, that was Michelle. So they went around the room and did that, and so that gave me a clue of what their needs were. So that way when I was doing my demonstration, I could talk to them personally about their lettuce or their flour and sugar, the brown sugar that was hard as a rock, and things. So that felt good that I was able to do that.
Amazing. Wonderful.
Yeah.
How did it feel different?
It felt good, because that's what I like to do, is help them personally and not sell the product. And so it felt good, and I think they appreciated it too, because I got a lot of smiles from them.
Cool.
When I was able to pinpoint what they did, what I needed to do for them.
Awesome. So did you, I'm not sure if this would be your word, you can change it if you want, but would you say you felt more authentic?
Oh, yes. More real.
Good. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I'm the greatest cheerleader. I'm the happiest when I'm cheering other people on.
Well, good, because I need those too.
It's my best part of my job. Okay, so Cheryl Organ, I hope that just gives you this little bit of, this can feel better.
Yes.
This can feel better. Okay. Yeah. I think when you finally get in front of people, like before you talk to your 2 people today, I would like to see 3 questions you're going to ask. And they need to be something along the lines of, how's the product working? Is there anything else you would like to improve on, like if it's the skincare or any additional questions? And even like, who's one person you're buying for Christmas that you're stumped on getting a gift for, or I don't know, something. Okay.
Great idea. Mm-hmm.
But I want to see 3 questions, not just call and because if we can get you having an experience where you've asked questions and you see and feel how different it is, we'll start bringing down your fear level.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So have either of you, I know like life's been crazy and Thanksgiving and stuff. Did anybody use their tracker in the last week?
No.
Sort of.
Sort of. Okay. So I would encourage both of you to get that out. And I would like to hear by the end of the day what you're going to put on it. And Cheryl, California. Okay. Who said I could call him Sherry? It's like.
You can call me Sherry.
I call you Sherry. Or both of you go by Sherry? Okay. So, Sherry, what I'd like you is to be very realistic. I want to have you stick with a certain amount of keeping your habits going, with it modified based on how you need to be helping your family. Okay? I just would like to see that your ball is still rolling slowly, even if you make 3 phone calls while you're there or something. Okay?
Okay.
So I don't expect your activity to be the exact same as if you were home and you don't have responsibility with grandbabies and, helping Elizabeth. But just whatever it is you want to make sure that you have happen, that's down and you're holding yourself accountable. Okay? Because there's times you can throw a movie on for the kids and have a quick quiet moment to make a couple calls or, whatever it is you want to work on.
Okay.
Send out a couple emails to customers for gift ideas or I don't know, whatever it is. Okay. And Cheryl, I really want to help you have little mini successes. Okay. So with you on the tracker, I don't care if it's a personal goal. I don't care if it's a business goal. All I know is I want it to be something that you feel like you can do it. It's something you're not doing totally consistently right now, but you could do a little more consistent and just get a little more confidence by next week.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So pick whatever that is, but I try not to say things like this, but I don't know a better way to say it. I don't want you setting yourself up for failure by overloading that tracker and expecting a lot out of yourself when you know your fear is kind of high right now. Okay, I want realistic things, the things that you're working on right now, but you did 2 more times a week, or it's just something that makes you feel healthier, and so you think clearer, or whatever it is.
Okay.
We just need to have little successes, and it'll grow fast. Okay, did you know 1 drop at a time? If you just have a bucket and it's 1 drop at a time, by the end of the day your bucket's full.
There you go.
1 drop. Okay.
Good analogy.
It just needs to be consistent though, because it can dry up, and then you can you could blast it, turn it on, and after a couple of days it'll evaporate. But the consistent, okay? I just want to help you get consistent.
Okay.
With habits, okay? I don't care what the habit is today.
Got it.
The business ones, we just need to have you feeling a little bit better about things. Okay, so be sure and do that. Let's see. Carrie, were you able to try anything with the finding new customers?
No. Well,
no. Okay, no problem.
I tried, but then by the time I got to the grocery store, I was so intent on getting my grocery list done, I forgot.
It's fine.
And then I'm standing in line and going, dang, I could have talked to.
Yeah. Okay, so I just, when you get home, I want you to watch the video again, and I want you to go out and try it again. Okay? Just know those videos are there for a reason. Okay? Because repetition is our friend.
Okay.
Okay? So watch that again when you get home, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, so this week, the lesson is on focus on what you want. Now, does that kind of sound silly? Like, duh, what else would you focus on? Okay. So we're going to, and there's a couple chapters in my book that you can go read sometime. One is chapter 25 on sacrifice, and one is 28. You get what you focus on.
I want to work it up. I don't want to risk
There's an edit on there that I need to fix.
I don't want to risk
And so, Michelle, where can we find your book?
It should have been in an email I sent you. Did you not get it in an email a couple weeks ago?
It has your.
Girl, be quiet.
My book is just a PDF right now, I emailed it to you. But if you can't find it, I can email it again. No big deal.
Please do. Please do.
Okay. If I forget by the end of the day, just remind me, because I have several other meetings that I'll jet to.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about this little thought here on focusing on what you want. It is so important that you learn to keep your thought, and this might be a huge help to you, my little friend Cheryl in Oregon, for some of the fear that you're dealing with right now. This might give you some new ideas on how to mentally handle it, okay? Because if I tell you, whatever you do, I want you to try with every ounce of energy you have to not think about a pink elephant. Do everything you can. Do not let a pink elephant pop into your brain. Do not see its big ears and its long trunk and its legs and its Pepto-Bismol pink color. Whatever you do, do not let a pink elephant pop into your brain. How well is that working?
That's the only thing I'm thinking about, because you've just really instilled that into my brain.
Okay. So guess what happens when we start thinking about our fears?
They get bigger and bigger.
Yep. Okay. And this is something that my someone I know, I won't say who, anyway, somebody that I know close to me really struggles with. And I see it, and like that thought process just spins and spins, and all of a sudden becomes a little tornado in their brain. Okay. You've got to realize that whatever you're thinking about, did you know that your subconscious does not hear the words no, not, don't, can't, won't, never? Okay, your brain doesn't hear those.
Did not know that.
Yeah, no. So Miss Sherry, who's sitting up there with all those cute grandbabies, what happens when we tell a child, don't touch that, don't go there, don't hit your brother? Like, what's the instant reaction, you know?
Right. They'll do it.
It's because you said to do that thing. They don't hear the word not. Okay? When I deliberately, and I don't do this 100% consistently, I try, but I'm still human. For example, if I had a tiny one, you know, that was like a year, headed for the light socket or the outlet on the wall, I'd go, come here, let's play with this instead. Okay, don't want to talk about the outlet. Don't want to draw attention to it. No, don't go there. Don't touch that. There's like, well, now I want more. Okay, what happens? Okay, I'm a chocolate lover. I don't know if everybody here likes chocolate as much as me, but the more I'm thinking, don't eat chocolate, don't eat chocolate, don't eat chocolate, like I cannot get it fast enough. Okay, and so Cheryl, I'm gonna guess there's a little part of you that's got some thinking in there. It's going, don't be scared, or don't fail, or don't screw it up, or I don't know what you're saying, but there's something that you're saying that is not promoting the successful actions you want to have happen. You're talking more about what you don't want to do than what you do want to do, would be my suspicion. Okay.
And you know, there's a book that's called Hung by the Tongue, and I have to remind myself that what you speak is what's going to happen. So working on that.
Yes. Okay, and it's hard and it's scary, and I'll totally admit that. But when you realize that you can have more of what you want than you ever realized, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
I don't know if either of you, I don't think, Sherry, that we're Facebook friends. Are you on Facebook like your daughter is?
Yes. Now, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Go to Elizabeth's thing and add
I am now.
But on my Facebook page, I just added...
You're frozen.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay. On my Facebook page, I just added a really cool video, and her name is Nicole Picus Pace, and she was the silver medalist in the skeleton in the last Winter Olympics. You know, the skeleton, it's like the bobsled, but for one person. Your chin, like, when you off the ice, okay?
Wow.
So she told her story about how she got to this. And you'll have to watch it because it's so funny because it's a lot about what I teach and focusing on what you want and your goals and this kind of thing. And she said she was in Europe and the team was making their first run on a brand new track. It was in Germany. And you're going down 90 miles an hour. And she's trying to control the skeleton on the track that she's not familiar with. She says, and I come up on this wall, and I thought, hey, don't flip it. And her eyes went up to the very top, and guess what happened? She flipped over. She's like, I could have chosen to put my eyes down and focused on where I wanted to be, and I looked up and looked at where I didn't want to be. She says it just a little bit different than that. But do you see what I'm saying? Okay.
Yes.
When you're very much a self-fulfilling prophecy in your life. Okay? If you are successful and want to be successful, then you think successful thoughts. Okay. And it can be easy to think, well, okay, for me, example, but I think about being skinny all day long. I think about, no, I'm probably saying I'm fat. Okay. It's unfortunately, we're probably not saying, I'm healthy or I'm successful or I'm financially independent or, free or, we're saying our fears usually. And so when you can overcome that and you can start saying, money is abundant, I find all the customers who need me, I balance my time between work and my family, I let no's roll off my back. I find lots of people that say yes. That's what you'll find.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you focus on is what you get. And the more you realize that, it was so funny because I gave a speech a couple of weeks ago, and it happened to be at a church where it was a time just for those who are single, just to give people who are single a safe place where they just, it was just they all could relate to the life that they're living right now. And the one gal was so interesting. She said, I was with Mary Kay for 25 years and was never able to set my goals. 25 years. And as I talk to different people and they're like, I thought I was focusing on what I wanted, and now I realized that I was focusing on my fears. And as I thought about my inner dialogue, I realized I'm not saying what I want. I was saying more of what I didn't want. And it's so interesting to see this shift in people's minds and to see them have such a desire to do something different when they realize that they can think differently, and that has a huge impact over what they can do in their life. You have more control isn't the right word, because control comes off very like we're forcing it. I guess influence and the ability to attract what you want more than you could ever imagine. And Sherry, you don't know all the details that Cheryl and I have been talking about, but the thing is, Cheryl, because of some of the fears we talked about with family members and things that we discussed, part of you is not wanting it to happen. Okay? And so there's a part of you that's self-manifesting that. And logically, like, of course I want this. But then there's also this other fear part, but what's going to happen with this relationship and that, if I have this. And I want you to start visualizing a supportive family member and having exactly what you want. Have either of you read, let's see, what's the book called? Power of Positive Thinking?
I'm reading it.
You're reading it right now? So have you got to the part where he talks about there was a lady who was really frustrated with her husband? I don't know, he's always off golfing or doing something with his buddies, and she's like, I just want him to sit here and read the paper with me and spend time with me. And he says, okay, I don't want you to say one word to him about it for a month, and I want you to sit in the chair where you want him to be and just imagine him being there with you and just being home and having what you want. And after 30 days, he just all of a sudden started hanging out at home more. And she got what she wanted, and it was just her thoughts. Now, I'm going to hope that that story is true. That book was written quite a long time ago. But the fact that instead of, as us women would call it, nagging, stay home, why don't you do this? Why are you gone all the time? You know, she just decided to visualize her husband doing the things that she wanted most and what she deemed as love. You know, we all have different love languages. So give it a try. I mean, it, you know, the things that we're frustrated with, they usually can't get a whole lot worse. Visualizing seldom makes it worse. So focus on what you want, okay? All right. So I want you to take some time for a quick minute, and I want you, if you have a paper there in front of you, I want you to write down some of the things that you are choosing to think about, some of the things that you're reading, some of the things that you spend your time on, and decide if those things are focusing on your goals. Okay? So take a few minutes, and in this, I doubt either of you are looking at the agenda because, anyway, one of you is not home. And anyway, but it's what you're thinking about, what you've been reading, and what you've been spending your time on. Okay? And how those things, if they're helping you to focus on the things that you want most. Okay? I mean, here's like a really silly example. I used to really like to watch Dancing with the Stars, and it was Monday night, and one night I went to turn it on, and I thought, is this what I'm going to want to have done 5 years from now?
Gotcha.
Is this really that important to me? Okay? And, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't have some downtime and watch your favorite TV show now and then, and that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying at the moment, based on the goals I had, I realized that wasn't going to get me where I wanted to. And that's just an example, okay? For me now, I have to make sure I control my time on Facebook and those kind of things. So take a minute and make a list of things that you do, say and read, especially internal things you're saying. And let's see how you can deliberately be more focused on your goals. And that includes personal and business, okay? So take a minute and do that, and we'll chat, and we'll see what aha moments you come up with. How's it going?
Good.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, who wants to start?
I will.
Oh, awesome. Go for it.
All righty. Things that I'm thinking about. The majority is, Mike works, he leaves at 5 in the morning, he gets home at 7 at night. I'm trying to fix fence, insulate, do what I can here at the house. So that's not a big burden on him.
Mm-hmm.
His mother has acreage, and so in the summertime, he was irrigating, things like that. So basically, keeping our home, our property, not being an overload on him, which can also be great exercise for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reading enough. I'm not reading at all at sometimes. So I need to improve there. I am reading The Power of Potential. And what this talks about is maximizing God's principles to fulfill my dreams. And spending my time. I have a neighbor next door, and so what I've come to realize, it's almost 3 months since she's had a double shoulder surgery. And so I'm over at her home at least twice a day, if not more.
Wow.
And so I, as a Christian, I'm thinking, don't, do what I need to do. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, I'm getting sort of to a point where I'm what's the word I want to use? Overwhelmed by not having my time.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, she's still not very independent.
Okay.
So I've tried to cut my time down, though, from 4 times a day down to just morning and evening.
Holy cow, girl. So maybe you can empower her to say, we need to find somebody else who can come help you, and this is how much I can offer you.
And she has local family. They are not. Her parents are in their late 80s. She's about 62, 63. Family support is none. So I am trying to be, a better Christian, a better, and not feel bad about helping her. I'm
sure, you're taken for granted and taken advantage
right.
of. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think I have some great short lessons, Bible studies, that I just feel like even 1 hour a day to just get more positive into my life than I'm looking here, not seeing a whole lot.
Right. So it sounds like you kind of have an empty bucket.
Sometimes you just, yeah, you're right.
You've given and given and given and given and given, and you're like, I have nothing left.
And I want to, but I don't want to begrudge, and I don't want, but I definitely need the positives. So Michelle, I agree with you. Evening time after Mike goes to bed, it's like I haven't sat down all day, and then you're glued to that darn thing for 2 hours. And so I am realizing here, I'm somewhat sabotaging myself. I can put my time to better use, and changing habits.
Yeah, and just see that as changing habits, because we can beat ourselves up, but 90% of what we do in our life is out of habit. And so it's not like we went, you know what, today I'm going to get up and fail. Yep, that's the goal. I'm going to get up and fail today. No, our habits just don't sometimes support our goals. And we have to have an aha moment And sometimes it seems so simple, right? You're like, oh, well, duh. I could have read an hour and still watched an hour of TV, and it's just, but that's just auto mode, and you just kind of don't think about it. And when you take the choice and you take that, you know what? I'm going to do this different today and tomorrow and the next day, and I'm going to set an alarm on my phone. And the thing is, you can feel so much better in a short amount of time. I mean, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Good. Awesome. Okay. Sherry, tell us what you've got.
Well, I'm in a Bible study, and I'm supposed to work on it every day, but I don't.
Okay. So instead of saying supposed to, tell me if, first of all, do you want to work on it every day? Like, no, really want to versus I don't want to feel guilty about not doing it.
Yeah, I really want to.
Okay. So why? What's the benefits that you'll get from it? What motivates you to want to do that, not should do it? Like, you just can't do that. It doesn't ever motivate people very often. Why? What are you going to get from it by doing it daily?
I'll be blessed every day.
You'll be blessed. Okay. And how will that feel to be blessed? Why will that be beneficial? I'm sorry.
No, it's like, anyway, no, it'll be better. I know when I do it every day, I have such a better day. Mm-hmm. Things are more positive and stuff. So.
Yep. So, okay, here's something. How can you create that as more of a habit? What can you do to remind yourself, or how can you change your schedule so it's easier to never miss? Like, what can you do?
That I'm not sure. I've tried getting up a little earlier.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I get up before my husband does anyway. He's retired. Mm-hmm. He's disability retired from the police department. So, I mean, getting up before him is not a problem. Okay. It's just I get sidetracked and I don't get to it.
So what about choosing that it's either by your nightstand or maybe, okay, like I don't know about you ladies, but the bathroom is the first place I go in the morning. It could be sitting on the counter, like right by in your bathroom, and you wash your hands. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go study now. I'm not going to do anything else between, bathroom, study, then the rest of my day. I mean, it's just an idea. It doesn't have to be the idea. But do you see where I'm going with that?
Right.
What can you do that will help you go, nope, this is just the priority. This is what I'm going to do every morning. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, that's a good idea. I could just put it by the bathroom sink, and then I could go sit down with, I don't drink coffee, but I'll drink orange juice, and I could have a glass of orange juice while I do my Bible study.
Perfect. I want you to make a little note, like either a Post-it note you can put on the front of your book, or a bookmark with all the reason you want to do this. How it's going to feel, what the perks are going to be. You've got to remember why you're doing it, or it can be like, oh, but I'm just going to go unload the dishwasher and throw a load of laundry in, and then I'll do it. And then you'll get then you'll find 6 other things to do, or, I don't know what distracts you, but do you know what I mean?
Right.
You've got to, it's like, no, there's no, this is the first thing. So, but you've got to have that why. You've got to have that why written.
Okay.
Okay. But if you have it right there on a Post-it note on your book, to go, oh, okay, I'm going to go do it. This is how it feels after. That's another thing you can write. How does it feel after when I've done it? Because every morning we think, I can live without it today. And then we get to the end of our day and go, why did I skip it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, keep going with your list.
Well, I have pity parties.
Okay.
I have no parties for December, and that's depressing.
Okay. So that thought, I have no parties, is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
Okay? So when that pops into your head, what can you say instead?
What can I do to change that? I can make more phone calls.
Mm-hmm. And even just saying, you know what? I have sales. I just got to go find them. No.
I have sales. Okay.
I'm going to have sales. I have sales in December. There's people who need this. There's gifts that need to be given. I mean, think about all the cool products. One year for Christmas, well, it was the first year I was married, and then I got in trouble because my husband's family, they don't give gifts to each other, but I sent gifts to everybody. And I got a great big Tupperware bowl, and I put a bag of unpopped popcorn and this game. There's just a small game that had these dice in it. There's funny little rules. And I put this, it was like their family homemade little bucket. And I sent that, and that's what I gave for Christmas, were the big popcorn bowls, the popcorn in the game, and sent it to all my husband's brothers and sisters, and then never gave gifts again because I got in trouble for it. But we don't get gifts, and I'm like, anyway, he's the youngest, and anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I thought it was a great idea for wrangling gifts.
It was. I think it's a great idea.
That's a great idea. So Cheryl, how many bowls do you want?
Thanks, Sherry.
Well done. Well played. Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
My cupboards are organized with Tupperware. I love it.
Good.
Awesome. Okay, so Sherry, what else, hon?
I'm going to cry again. Because my husband's disabled, he has a lot of pain. He has nerve damage. And so I worry about his pain level and what he can do or what he can't do.
Okay. I wonder, I don't know this for sure, but I wonder if the things that you're saying and the energy that you choose to send, if you chose to send like positive healing, pain management thoughts versus I'm worried you're going to hurt, I'm worried you're going to hurt, I'm worried you're going to hurt. It would be kind of interesting to journal and see, you could just ask him every day. Like, he doesn't have to know. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain today? And like, see on January 1 by January 30th, if it changes at all because of the things that you're thinking about. I don't know. It would be a really fun experiment. It can't make it worse, I would doubt.
Well, that reminds me. I know when I'm up, he's up. Now that you think about it, now that you said it. So,
okay.
So I just made that correlation. So, okay.
Oh. Us women have a crazy influence over our husbands who do not want to admit it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right. Anything else? You're doing some very good mental work today, ladies.
I'm a teary person.
That's quite all right.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Michelle? Listening, what I'm hearing Sherry say too, and I think I've always known this, but sometimes I get so focused on myself. But we set the tone for our home. So even though it may be difficult for us to be positive, if we just keep speaking it, and I do find too, if I come across to family or Mike, it's a better day. It is a better day. Mm-hmm. So we can set the tone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Awesome. Anything else, Sherry?
Well, I go to the church choir. I do that sometimes just at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I may continue in January because it does give me joy. And it's fun socializing, and everybody there misses me when I'm not there, which is really it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Good.
Yep, absolutely. Very cool. All right. Okay, you guys are doing some awesome things. So I really, really, really want you to have clearly written the little tweaks. I mean, everything you talked about were little tweaks. They weren't like, you can see they are going to make a huge difference, but it's, like choosing to send your husband positive energy versus worrying. You're still choosing to think about him. You're still being deliberate about trying to help him, but worrying doesn't usually help in the long run. And it also doesn't spark your creative juices to find solutions. When we're just worried and we're on survival mode, it's hard to think. It's hard to get ideas. It's hard to brainstorm. It's hard to get over our fears. It's hard to have faith, okay? And y'all know that I believe goal setting is another way to pray always, right? And that it's pray always and not faint. And not faint means to lack of courage, okay? So set your goals and have courage. And see what amazing things can happen. Oh, Sherry, I wish I could give you a hug. Go snuggle with your Elizabeth. Have her give you a hug for me, okay? But you're getting it. Can you see how you're getting it? Isn't it exciting? I hope there's a little bit of happy tears and release tears all at the same time. You ladies are getting it, okay? And that's the thing. I don't only teach, I go over these things because I know that just teaching you how to sell something, it doesn't get you as far as you need to go. You've got to work on the mental stuff too. And you can talk to Elizabeth about how she got over asking one question to asking two questions to now can ask multiple questions, and she doesn't think she's going to throw up every time. Maybe sometimes, not every time anymore. Okay? We all have these little mental things we have to overcome. And you're growing and you'll accomplish more in your life and whatever you do because you'll understand these principles. Okay? You're awesome. You're awesome. I'm very, very happy for you. Okay. What you thinking, Sherry? It's okay if you blubber.
I can do this.
Yes, you can. Is there added hope?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite word I hear from people is it's hopeful. I can do this. You can do this. You totally can do it. And sometimes all I do is point out what you already were doing right and you just need to do more of.
Right.
How about you, Cheryl? Are you feeling any more hopeful today?
Absolutely. And thank you, Sherry, for all of your comments and gives me lots of hope. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Cheryl's hope yesterday was not very high. Cheryl's hope yesterday was, I ain't doing this anymore.
Well,
we've come a long ways in 24 hours, girlfriend.
Yes, absolutely. Michelle was saying I had a flat spot on my rock. I was thinking my rock just feels like it's in the mud hole. But it's out. It's out. It's on level ground.
Yeah, we just got to get it going. After something round is moving, it's not hard to keep it going.
There you go.
But if there's a flat spot on it, even that flat spot will roll by it if it's moving, but it's getting it off that first push. Okay, so I'm just going to let you guys have the rest of your day, and I really want these things written down and sent to me tonight, okay? Because if you let time go by, it kind of waters down what you felt and what you learned in this moment, okay? So be sure and take a moment to type it up and send me what you learned and what you're going to do differently. Okay? All right? You're amazing.
Yes.
You understand that you're amazing, and if not other reason, I made your mom cry, but they're somewhat happy tears.
No, you didn't make my mom cry. A fly makes my mom cry. She cried over
I had to cry in other classes. I had one gal, I'm not kidding, from day one, well, classes that were free to day one, day two, she cried every single class. So this is nothing. No, she hasn't ever cried before in classes.
Oh, and she never cried in class. Too then. And her nose gets all red.
This one lady cried every time, like she couldn't talk. I was like, okay, sorry. I tried to be really soft. She'd still cry. She didn't feel picked on. She just was very emotional.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right. So.
Yeah, things that I have eaten and tried to ignore. So to talk to somebody about it, I cry, which I know is good to talk about it. And if I cry in the process, then oh well.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Tears are okay. Yes. Tears are totally okay. So, but you're hopeful. They're also hopeful tears. So that's good.
Yeah.
And you're taking steps forward. I want you to spend a little time brainstorming about how to get some sales in December, because I know it's important to you.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be surprised what pops in there. Because you're clearing out your kind of negative thinking. More positive things will more easily come in.
Okay.
Your creative juices work a lot better when you're more positive.
Okay.
And hopeful. That helps a lot. Okay. So let's see. Next year, let me look at the December calendar, because I know we're running into some holidays. Hang on. Okay, so Christmas is on a Thursday. Okay, we have 2 weeks that are easy to do. And then we'll have Christmas and New Year's Day. So I want you to look at your calendars. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
Do we want to work those 2 weeks? I would encourage you to, so that you keep your ball rolling.
Right.
So I would suggest it. It doesn't bother me. I mean, my kids are home. They're homeschooled. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas break or not. I don't. My life just keeps going. So, but let's find a time that's not a Thursday. Look at your work schedule, Sherry, and we'll figure it out. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So, Michelle, next Thursday, are we at 9 or are we at 11?
Have we done 11 before? Am I losing my mind?
No.
Okay.
We haven't done 11.
For some reason, that was okay. So
11 was the free class on Monday, Sherry.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's where that's stuck. Okay.
It's on the 11th.
There you go.
On the 11th. I might need to do 9:20 again. I don't know if I've mentioned this. My husband, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, in an effort to avoid some Legos going downstairs, there's a muscle there's 4 muscles in the upper part of your leg, and one of them that connects to his knee isn't working now.
Oh no.
The one that's swollen looks like a head of cauliflower. But his knee, the knee itself doesn't hurt. It's the muscle that's supposed to be connected to it that there's something wrong. And we don't get in for the ortho consult until Monday.
Oh my goodness.
So I know it'll have been 2 weeks. Like, okay. But he just, anyway, usually he helps run kids, and he can do it. I just try not to make him do it any more than necessary.
Okay.
But anyway, okay.
9:20 to 9:30 maybe?
Yeah. Okay. If we can do that, then I can pick up my son he goes to one class at 8, but then he goes to a different school for a different. It's just this crazy. I joke. It's not that we homeschool, but it's more like we take advantage of the classes where we want to take them, which is
sure.
And that
Good
makes
for
me
you.
crazy and in the car at really odd times of the day.
Okay, yeah, 9:20, 9:30 is fine.
Okay. All right.
See you girls then.
Okay.
All right.
Have a great weekend. Take care, Miss Elizabeth. Please give her a hug for me, okay?
I'll give her a shoulder hug.
Okay, yeah, real careful.
That's it.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna look at the 10th, Elizabeth. When you're not totally drugged up or feeling crappy, look at a place for me, and we're gonna plug the 10th. I'm coming.
Okay, we'll do that, and I'll call
we're gonna
I'll
party.
call the church, and we'll ask if we could get the 10th for that.
Cool. Okay, but we're gonna come have some fun. I'm excited. I'm gonna do this.
What time do you want to do it at?
Let's see.
Do you want to sit?
Do you think like 10 a.m. and we'll have a lunch break, like grab a plate of sandwiches from Costco? I think what we'll do is $20 and include lunch in that.
Okay.
And we'll come up with something gluten-free. I know the croissant sandwiches, like, I like them, but they don't like me.
Right.
But we can, I'll think about that. What do you think about that, 10 to 2?
Well, I'm wondering, because, like, at least with our team, more than half of them work a 9-to-5 job. So could we do like a
Isn't the 10th a Saturday?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
No, because Sunday's the 10th. Sunday's the 7th.
No, we're talking January.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
The 10th's a Saturday, hun.
Jen, do you have a calendar in front of you?
It's Saturday.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, then let's do 10 to 2.
Yeah, no,
Does that work?
we're going to do it on Saturday.
Jenny, does that work for you?
Yeah, it's the best of the 2 days, yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, 10 to 2 on Saturday. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to get this on the calendar, and I'm going to find everybody I can find in Portland and Hillsboro and all those areas, and I don't know, we're going to promote the heck out of this and have some fun.
Cheryl, where are you in Oregon?
Hermiston,
She's really close to me, like 1/2 hour.
Oh.
just across
Okay.
the river. Yep.
Yep, just across the river. But she could come over, because there's some gals with Damsel in Defense. Like, their top gal is it's over in which city is it called? I think it starts with a G. Anyway, I think she'll come, and some of her team from Damsel, and then some of the gals from Damsel here, I think will want to go with me. So we could do a big carpool. We could pick you up on the way, Cheryl. You can come with us.
Oh. And so, girls, what are you planning here?
We're going to do a 4-hour training. Maybe we'll go, let's say 10 to 2:30. We'll do a ½ an hour lunch, and we'll have 4 hours of training.
Hello, Jesse.
And it'll just, I think I'm going to do finding new customers, and that's how we'll start with questioning. We'll do hostess coaching. We'll do how to talk to your audience, asking questions and how to prompt them. And we'll do lots of role playing. And I'm going to bring my computer and I'm going to have everybody bring their computer, and I'm going to bring my printer, and then people can literally type up their their hostess coaching sheet. We'll get their questions on it and their logo. And I'm going to try to have everybody find out what company everybody's with. So I have a pre-made one with your logo. So we'll have Pampered Chef ones and Damsel and Amway, and then you'll put your questions in for hostess coaching. And we'll do, what's one other one you want to cover?
Oh. Just answer it. It's the pharmacy just calling because of prescription.
But I'm going to make sure people like role play with each other and their forms are typed up before we leave.
I'm wondering, like touch on, did you say anything about goal setting?
Oh, well, yeah. We'll definitely do goal setting.
How about bazaars?
We can. Bazaars are pretty.
Okay, I want to come up.
What?
You just hang
I
up
wanna-
an extension.
I want to come up.
Yeah, please do. Bring some other girls from California. Go, come on. We're going on a road trip. We're going to write it off. So, yeah, we could do bazaars. We'll do all sales, and then maybe I'll plan one 2 months from then, and we'll come up and do leadership and do recruiting and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan? Something like that. So we'll do finding new customers, speaking to a group, hostess coaching, bazaars, and goal setting.
Okay.
And we'll make sure everybody goes home with their forms written out, and I've reviewed all of them, and everybody's role played, and
How many people do you want to cap this at? As big as a room can fill is what you want to cap it at?
Yeah, how many will fit in a room?
I think it's like 150, 175.
Oh, yeah. If we get that many, that would be like crazy exciting. So
I'll see what I could do because I mean, like, we know so many people. How about, can you make up a little video snippet of what we're going to cover and how amazing you are and all that? And then I could post that and let everyone see it.
So I'll have you record how amazing I am, and then I'll tell you everybody what we're going to cover.
Do you see my hair? I'm not for sure I want to be on video.
Maybe not today. Maybe when you're
I need a shower so bad. But
you're more fun on the drugs.
I have this stupid pain pump in, so I can't take a shower till it comes out. So.
Oh boy, lucky you.
Yeah. All right. So I'll start working on that. We'll block that date out, and we'll figure out what we need to do.
Okay, it's gonna be fun.
It will.
And then I'll actually come over 2 weekends in a row because I'll come over on the Hi Sweet Girl. I'll come over on the 17th for that sex trafficking thing.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to try to do both on the same weekend. The sex trafficking thing is way too draining. I can't work and do that to the same weekend.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
I really care about it, but it's draining.
It's heavy. It's a lot. Like
Very heavy. But I mean, there's a lot of good that gets done because I talk about it, and so many other people won't talk about it. But because I'm loud and obnoxious. So
I'm quiet and meek. It's okay.
yeah.
Jen is in the other room laughing.
I think Mama might be calling a oh-ha on that one. Okay, so I'll get that like on my Facebook. I'll have my graphic design gal do a flyer, and we'll get a little short video, and we'll get it on my website, and we're gonna hit Portland.
Yeah, let's see.
Fun.
We'll start because we gotta start inviting people now. So
Yeah.
and I'll just have them. I'll set up PayPal, and we'll have them send all the money to me so I can get all the food and everything the day before and all that. You know.
Okay. Cool.
Still like that. All right.
So exciting. I know if we don't start till 10, I probably could come in that day. Like if I left at 6 in the morning, I get there 2 hours before and set up. Pick up Cheryl on the way. You know, party with Cheryl.
I would love to party with you girls. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna take Michelle bar hopping after we're done too.
Oh.
So you know I'm Mormon. That's like the big joke. They're going to take me drinking because I can be the designated driver.
Right? We're gonna take her drinking water. Maybe she'll splurge and get some caffeine.
Yeah, I'm a lot of fun on caffeine because I have so little of it. That alone makes me more than like a lot more fun.
There you go.
Maybe some
So
wine.
anyway, okay, I gotta go get my son from school.
Maybe
Hi,
some
beautiful.
wine.
What?
Maybe
Wine?
some wine.
Wine, I know. I've always been curious what it tastes like, but still not enough to ever try it.
That a girl.
So, it's not my thing. Oh boy, I recorded a lot.